My name is Trinard Broussard, and I live in the Woodlands, Texas, so just a suburb of Houston, and I'm part of the Woodlands cohort. And this year I got to participate in Living Undivided and going in, and I guess a little scene set. I'm a member of the Woodlands Methodist Church. We have about 14,000 members. We may have 10 Black families in this entire community. So certainly when I got approached by Sally Finn to participate, and she was pursuing me, I thought, what am I really gonna get out of this? I felt like it was gonna be an opportunity for me to share my experiences, because I've been living my whole life in my Black skin. So I know what it's like and the experience I had. And so now I'm gonna sit on a Zoom call with a lot of other people that aren't gonna look like me, and I'm gonna be telling my story. And in fact, it was just the opposite of that. I actually got a lot out of being part of Living Undivided, because now I got to hear folks share their experiences and to be able to explain kind of the differences in how they felt emotionally. So one example would be where we had a gentleman talk about the fact that growing up, he didn't like white people because he felt like they took him or took his mother away from him. His mom was a maid. And, that's a difficult, obviously, situation for him growing up, to think that my mom is gone all day, every day. And then when she comes home for us, she has no time. Well, the converse of that was to hear someone who was raised by a Black maid say, wow, I never thought of it that way. I thought of it as I had someone in my home taking care of me that loved me. I never, ever considered that they were being taken away from their family to raise me. So then when you start to get the polar opposites of a perspective, it helps you to then really internalize, one, your feelings, but then to have to think about how somebody else might view a scenario or a circumstance. And so going through the exercises and being able to share, you get folks opening up and being authentic about, one, their experiences, but then also it allows us to be able to try to put some of those biases aside, because now you start to see why something influences the way a person thinks or feels or believes. The thing that I'll give you in terms of connecting back now is that, having gone through that experience, in my company, we have ERGs, employee resource groups, that ours is called BEST, Black Employee Success Team. And I've been able to use some of the examples that I've learned in Living Undivided to talk to our best ally folks, because we have folks that are intended to be set up that don't look like me, but to try to help minorities navigate the company or navigate the assessment period, that will have at least a more objective view about what those people can bring to the table. And so I've been able to share with them my experiences and try to help them understand how they can be open to others' experiences, or how to help navigate, or how to help push folks that might not normally get a fair shake, helping other folks to hear them and see them, because oftentimes people of color get overlooked. The other thing that I'll add is, when we talked about empathy, is that we always expect somebody to be empathetic to our story. But are we empathetic to where they may be as they're trying to understand our story? That's the real learning for me, is how do I make sure that when I'm communicating and talking to others, that I'm listening to where they are? Because while it might seem obvious why I might feel afraid or concerned when I get pulled over by the police, if they've never been in my shoes, they really don't understand what it is I'm trying to explain. So we have to also recognize that we need to be empathetic about where they may be in their journey in trying to learn and understand the dynamics that we're living in or being faced with. So Living Undivided has really helped to bring that story together for me.